What's going on? This your man Chris Powell, aka Couch Coach, and we're here previewing the Washington Commanders matchup versus the Denver Broncos. The Washington Commanders travel west to play the Denver Broncos, and essentially it's been a house of horrors for the Washington Commanders as of late. The last time that the Washington Commanders went to Denver and won was on November the 18th of 2001, as our quarterback at the time, Kent Graham, the former Ohio State great, willed us to a 17-10 victory over the Denver Broncos on that day in November of 2001. But fast forward to this matchup that we have in the present, where Washington will play Denver at 4:25 Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, Washington coming off a 20-16 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Sam Howell had a fairly decent game. He was 19 for 31, 202 yards, and one touchdown and one interception last week. The question in that matchup is, hey, can he essentially improve off of last Sunday's performance? You look at Jahan Dotson, is what I think to me is one of the keys in this game as far as from an offensive standpoint. The last two road games that Jahan Dotson he has had a touchdown in both of those games. Can he make it a third consecutive game where he's had a receiving touchdown on the road? Another thing I think when you look at this Washington Commanders team is the run game. Brian Robinson last week, 59 yards on the ground. Can he also build off his performance almost similar to Sam Howell, where can he kind of get himself in the triple digits or near that? That's going to be one of the biggest keys for that. And then you look at defensively. You look at how stout the Commanders defense was last week. You look at Montez Sweat, another great performance, 1.5 sacks in that win of Arizona. Then you look at Deron Payne, another solid workman-like game. He had 2 tackles for a loss and a fumble recovery, pardon me. And also, and that's the biggest thing when you look at this Washington Commanders team, they have that. And then obviously Denver having their second home game after losing in their opening home game to the Las Vegas Raiders by the final score 17-16. Really want to see what this Denver team has. And we're gonna have a situation where Russell Wilson and folks are gonna be primed and ready for this matchup. Definitely considering the fact coming off the loss. Even despite the loss, Russell Wilson had a pretty good game. He was 27 for 34, 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think it's one of the biggest things in this matchup is, can we really contain Russell Wilson? I think even in the past we have done that pretty much successfully in the last couple of matchups that we've had with him. So I think this Washington Commanders team, I know this Washington Commanders team is ready. I think you can expect, a better performance from Sam Howell. Also, you look at this receiving core. I didn't mention this earlier, but Curtis Samuel led us in receptions last week. I think he will do his thing. Terry as well. There are going to be some situations where I think these wide receivers are going to be on one-on-one matchups, and they're going to beat their matchups. And I definitely think that we'll see more of a well-rounded offense this second go around in this game against Denver, and kind of improve on kind of what we did last week. So I definitely think that the Washington Commanders will win in Denver for the first time in nearly 22 years. So you've been updated on this Washington Commanders versus Denver Broncos matchup. Now you can check me out on Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Couch Coach Live. You pretty much find that anywhere you get your podcast, and also social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, aka X, and then also pretty much Commanders in the Chat every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also Commanders ITC. And man, we'll catch you guys next week.